Hello world! It's time for another review. Today we'll be going over Fieldrunners 2, which is a tower defense game. It was originally made as a mobile game for Apple products, the iPhone and the iPad Pod Touch. It was made by Subatomic Studios. They did do the first Fieldrunners. It looks like these are the only two games they've done. And eventually, Fieldrunners 2 got ported over to the PC, where it entered into my territory. Mwahahaha. So, let's review it. Alright guys, let's start off with the formula. It is F equals S plus PR divided by 1.5 M. What this translates to is fun equals strategy plus progression divided by 1.5 microtransaction. Now the fact that you're seeing that our formula is being divided and that the thing that it's being divided by is being multiplied by 1.5 should raise warning signs. If we show two graphs here, the graph on the left is what we want our games to look like. This is what we want our game's fun curve to look like. The game on the right is what our curve is going to look like anytime we have division in our formula. And heaven help us we ever get into a negative slope, because this is what the formula will look like, and that'll just be awful. And you guys are going to make me put a graph up now every time. Well, too bad! Okay, let's get into the good with what works. In this game, the graphics, they work surprisingly well. They kind of remind me a little bit of Team Fortress 2, and I think they're going to hold up really well. Also, one of the things that it does to innovate in the tower defense realm is you get these little arrowed lines that tell you exactly where and how the enemy spawns are going to move. That makes it really nice when building your maze, because you see exactly what effect your tower is going to have on your enemies. Also, it's a complete game. It's very bug free. I never ran into any bugs or any glitches. It's a whole game. It's a complete game. I just have some fundamental problems with it. So that's what we're going to get into next. Strap in, guys. This section is going to take me a little bit. So, Fieldrunners 2 feels like a hybrid of two styles of tower defense, and it doesn't pull either one off very well. Generally, there's the amazing tower defenses where you have at least one cheap tower option, and the goal is to make your enemies run as long as possible through this intricate maze that you're building. The other one is an upgrade tower. Usually the enemy's path is set. There's nothing you can do to change it. You're just trying to get the most effective damage output from a single tower, from a combination of towers. This game doesn't pull either one off. The mazing levels aren't really big enough for you to really feel like you can actually build, a decent maze. And then the upgrade levels really just feel like a guessing game, because you never know what the next spawn is going to be. Back in the day when you would play Green Tower Defense or Soldier Tower Defense or any of the other ones on old Warcraft 3 Battle.net, they would give you a heads up about what the next couple of levels were going to be, so you could plan for it and prepare accordingly. That way, if you lost, it was your fault. With this game, it doesn't tell you what's coming, so if you lose, it's because you guessed wrong. Also, because they never start you off with very much money, they don't spawn very many enemies. So you really can't build a maze, you really can't upgrade your towers, and the tiny amounts of enemies, it just turns it into a puzzle guessing game instead of it being you've done this the best that you can and you just got overwhelmed because it wasn't quite good enough. So those are some huge issues of mine that really cut down on my enjoyment of this just as a tower defense game. The next thing that really didn't work for me is the microtransactions. There are so many cool towers, and I can understand playing the game and unlocking them, but then you have to play a ridiculous amount of the game to unlock what looks like some really fun towers that might have changed my gameplay experience and made it better. Also, here's a personal pet peeve. ditch the flying enemies. The goal of this game is to have a tower defense, and most levels you're mazing. When you have enemies that just fly right over it, it kind of just screws up everything and destroys the whole point of the game. Alright, I've trashed on Fieldrunners 2 long enough. It's time for us to now give the fix. So, what would we do to fix this game? Well, it's simple. Just play it on the platform that it was meant for. It was originally made for iPhone and iPod Touch, and it's a fun game. And I would have a lot of fun playing it as a mobile game. The only problem is, it's on the PC, so I expected more from it. So, just don't play this on the PC. Go play it on mobile. And that's the only thing you really need to do to fix it. Alright guys, it's time to give our final useless score. The final useless score for Fieldrunners is Drag Queen at a Trump rally. Meaning, it can be fun, but it's really just in the wrong place at the wrong time. See ya! Oh, and if you enjoyed this video, obligatory like and subscribe. Check it out. If you have anything you want to say, put it in the comments. I may or may not read it. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.